Hello everyone, welcome back. Today let's solve the 40th SQL question from Leetcode top 50 SQL interview questions. So imagine you are a restaurant owner, and then you want to analyze the amount a customer paid, and then you want to analyze for the last 7 days. This is what the problem statement is. So you have to find out the compute the moving average, how much customer paid in 7 days. So you are the restaurant owner. You maybe want to understand, you want to analyze the data, you want to understand how much customer paid, but for the range of only 7 days. That's what they are asking us. Sum and also the average amount. So here you have a customer one whose name is this, and he visited on this day, and then he paid this amount. And you have multiple customers, and then customer can repeat as well. So the customer repetition is not a problem. So what exactly here is you have to find out the average for the last 7 days, so and also the sum amount in last 7 days. If you see here, if you see from these days, 2019, 1st January is the first date, and you have to, they're asking us from this day onwards. 7th day will be this, right? 7th day from 1st Jan to 7th Jan 2019. So here if you see, the amount is sum of all this amount. So this is the sum of all amount, and then you have to take the same as average. Now when you go to the eighth day, you just have to take the last 7 days only. So you have to skip the first record. You have to skip this first record. You have to only last 7 days. This is the sum of these amounts and average of these amounts, and so on and so forth. You take a window, and again you take this blue color. What you see is you reduce here and then you increase here. So basically you make like this. So ninth. So this is the window of 7 days. That's what they are asking us. So we have to find out the sum and the average over the last 7 days. So window of 7 days. That's a moving average, right, of 7 days. So how, let's see. So if you see here, let's calculate what they are asking is. So they have given the explanation. First, moving average from 1st Jan to 7th Jan 2019. They're calculating, this is the sum. This is the sum, which is this, right? Let's see if we get the same. So we can just say select this amount. So if you just calculate this, you will get the output, which is this amount. Yeah. So if I take the average, so I can just say 7. If I divide it by 7, that becomes the average, because this is the last 7 days data, right? It becomes the average. All right. So let's see. Yeah, this is what the output is also. So they're also asking us to, I think somewhere we have to also round the average to 2 decimal. If I make it to 2 decimal, it becomes 86, which is this. And when you move to the next, right? When you move to the next, so you have to skip the first one. You have to skip the first record, which is 100, and then you have to add the next record. So what exactly meaning is this? So this I'll have to skip the first record. Only 7 records can be there at a window of 7. It's a moving average, and I have to add the 8th record because I've skipped the first record. And if you will see, the sum will be 840 and the average will be 120. Yeah, 120 is the average. If I remove this, so you will get a sum which is 140, and so on and so forth. This is what they are asking us. There are few, yeah, 840 is the sum, and there are few other some edge cases are there. There will be at least one customer every day. At least there will be one customer. So in this context, if you see, every day the one customer has visited, and some day, which is January 10, there are 2 customers visited on this day. So what we have to do is we just have to sum this amount, because and every day you have to calculate, not by customer, we have to calculate by day. So in this context, on the 10th day, there are 2 customers visited. We have to sum these 2 amounts, because that's how we can calculate the sum based on that. And the explanation is also here. If you see here, the fourth moving average, if you see, there are 8 records here. So 2, 4, 6 and 8, because these 2 got added, and we have to sum those You have to write a logic according to incorporating the total sum of that day, total average of that day, not by the customer. Okay, so let's solve. Let's understand. Let's have a moving average first. Let's have a moving average and cumulative sum. How do I do that? Let's say visited ID, sorry, visited on. This is the first column I want to have. I'll take the amount, which is this. So it's a bigger problem, guys. So you have to bear with me. So it will take time. Sum. What I'll do is I'll have something like a. Basically, I need a cumulative sum, right? Cumulative sum. So I just have to keep adding. So I can use something like a window function, which is nothing but I take a sum or order by. So basically a window function, right? Over clause is a part of a window function. Order by this one. So this gives me a cumulative sum. Cumulative, let's say sum. Cumulative amount. Sum amount. Let's say I'll make like this. Cumulative. All right. Now this gave me a cumulative sum. So what I have to do is I'll also have to take a average, moving average, right? Moving. Let me keep doing the average as well. AVG. So this becomes average. So let me take as this as MV average, moving average. All right. So this gives me some problem is solved. So where we will get from customer. All right. So let's see what we get. So here I'm basically trying to sum these in each record. So if you see here on this day, this is not the expected output, but the output this is the input, and the output what we got is, so it is cumulative sum is it is keep getting added. That is what we need, right? That is what we just need to add it, but we have to start from the 6th day. So they are asking us to start from the 6th day. I've started from the first day. We'll come to the 6th day later point. So what we'll do is what they're asking is, they're asking us to if the from the 6th day. So right now, so far so good. So we are able to make a cumulative sum. So if you see here, it is keep getting added, and also to keep getting average as well. So here, based on this, the average is getting also calculated, right? Moving average. If you follow the same formula which we applied, you will get the same answer, right? So, but we have to start from the 6th record, right? We have to start from the 7th record. Sorry, you have to start from here. So here, if you see 86 and it's 122, fair enough. This is what we need. We have to start from here. That's the reason what I do is, I'll also say row number. There is something like a row number. So which gives me row number. Row number is a function for each of the order. What I'll do is I'll basically, it helps me to filter. So take all the records which are maybe row number from here, row number anything from here. You will understand what exactly this is meaning. Row num. All right. So this gives me a row number. These are all part of window functions. Window functions will you can also do a group by using window functions, average, first value, last value, lead, lag. There are a lot of things which we discussed some of the in previous examples. So here it is giving a row number, right? Row number. You can also do a rank, dense rank. We also discussed this in some of the previous example. I'll put all those examples in a description. So here it is giving the row number. So we have to take it from here, above this, all the values you have to take it, right? That is what row number gives us. So this is you can say 30 to 40% of the problem we are already solved. So now there is one more part we have to add is, we just have to take, if you see here, it is keep getting added. If the cumulative sum is keep getting added, the average is also keep getting calculated. So which means is, so if at this point if I'm taking, so it is taking average from here to here. If I add it again, it is taking from right from the beginning, right from the average is also getting calculated from the right from the beginning. Sum is also getting calculated right from the beginning. That is what we don't need. We don't need that. So we need a moving average, right? We need a moving average of 6 days. We need a moving average of 7 days, basically, in this case. Current date and plus you have to go 6 days before. That's where the concepts like a rows between comes into picture. So what I'll do is I'll take the same value for the same example. I'll take the same value. So instead I'll say order by this. I'll also add something like a rows. I'll add a clause rows between. So I just take 6 preceding days, preceding and current row. So basically what I'm saying is from current row, wherever you are in current row, if I'm at here, you take the current row, between current row, today, including today, you go back to the 6 days. So from here you go back, to 6 days and take that average only. So here that average based on that. So it is, if you see here, so cumulative sum, cumulative 6 days sum, let's say I'll put something like a 6 here, or 7, in fact it's a 7 days, not 6 days, current row, right, including the current row. So if you add this one, so let's see how we get. So this is what we need. We don't have to keep piling sum. So we need a sum only for last 6 days, right? If you see here, last 7 days, I'm sorry, apologies, I keep using says. See, if you see here, it is keep getting added. However, at this stage, if you see, it remains same. From here, it has skipped the first part. It has skipped the first part, and it will take only this part, and we did that, in the beginning. I hope you are getting here. So from here, so we just need the here in this context, it just added this, the previous amount to this amount, right? This plus this, it got added, which became this. So here in this context, we skip the first record. We take the sum for only last 7 days. That is what this gives. That's what we need. Same as with average. So we don't need this cumulative sum. I'll delete this. So we need, I don't also need this. What I'll do is I need only for last 7 days. So what I'll do is I'll calculate the average for last 7 days. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. So last 7 days, let's keep the naming standard the way they want. Okay, and also the average. So I'll keep this for one more time because there is also already amount here. I'll keep like this to show you guys one more time last. So if this is the sum and this is the cumulative sum for last 7 days. It is what you just see here. It is getting added. These values are getting added, and so on so forth. And so the average is. So we don't need sum also. I'm just wanted to show you this amount is getting added, but from the previous record. So I'll delete this as well. Amount, I don't need this because the output they're expecting is this format. So far so good. So I'll just rename this as. So it's a bit lengthier problem. So you please try along with me. Pause the video and try along with me. So here, so far so good. We are able to, from here you just see from here, okay. From here you are getting the results the way we need. Here instead of this, I just have to take average. Okay. We should be getting the same result. It is expected. Don't worry about the right from the beginning. We just have to worry from here, from 7th record. All right, 860, 122, 120, 840. All right. So far so good. So what I'll do is I'll keep this in a one temporary table called CTE with you can say this is a moving average, right? MV moving average, and it also has a sum, but let's CTE as, I'll keep this as one temporary table. CTE is a common table expression, where I want to store these values because I have to filter by row number, right? I cannot directly apply where clause here. So that's the reason I'm keeping these values in another table called a temporary table expression, where I can store these values and then select only the required columns. I'm keeping that in a common table expression. Common table expression, this is the syntax, how you create a common table expression. What I'll do is I'll select a visited number, visited on, and I think almost we are solved. You can say 70% of the problem is solved. Amount, keep doing along with me. From the CTE, common table expression, all right, where I want to take anything which is greater than 6 here, which is starts from 7. So this gives, I think 70 to 80% of the problem is solved now. Okay, so we also have to do round here, a round of 2. All right. Okay. Here, yeah. As, I'll also say as here. So this is very one of the, this is medium problem in Leetcode, medium type problem in Leetcode, but it is very hard if you practice. It is really hard. You have to have a thought process to solve this problem. So we are good so far. So we now, if you see, we all the rows which were above below row number 7 are gone. Now only problem right now we have is this, the last record. As I mentioned in the problem description, that this information, as in this context everything is fine, the only one customer visited, but we need the values when, what if the more than one customer repeats, right? We need to calculate for all the customers. So basically end of the day, so visited on that day, let's say there are 10 customers are there, fine, so we have to take a sum of all the 10 customers. So in this context, whatever we are doing, we are going by row, only one record. We didn't get problems so still here because there is only one customer in each day. But on the 10th, you have two customers. That's where the you see the discrepancy here. You see this is not matching. This is the output which I got it, but this is the expected output what Leetcode is expecting us. So what we have to do is we basically have to group all the data based on the dates. We have to basically sum all the data based on the date. So what we have to do is we let me comment this everything. Let me comment everything so that I prepare another common table expression. So select. So this is the last part of the problem. This is, you can say, 20% of the problem. Select visited ID. What all things we need? Visited ID. Visited on. Amount from this table, from this customer table, right? Group by visited on date. So basically we have to save this as sum amount. So if you see here, so you will, in this context, for everything it will be same amount except for the last day. Last day, if you see here, I'll put as amount. So on the last day, you will see these two sums sum get added. So which is on the 10th day. So you will see this becomes 30 plus 50, 80, 1 plus 1, 200, 280, and everything is same because there is only one customer visited. So instead of, in this context, instead of taking the data from these rows, right, these rows which we calculated, which we created a common table expression, instead of taking the data from customer table, we will have to take it from this table. So what we'll do is we'll create another common table expression with with this is like a sum, right? So this is so you can say visited day sum, visited on, you can say some amount, visited on, okay, I'll keep that as is, visited on some as. So what I'm saying is, so we just have to create, instead of this table, so what we have to do is we have to take it from this table, so where we have all the records by aggregated by dates, sum of the amount aggregated by date. So that is what we have to do. I'll keep this as another table expression. Once I create one table, common table expression, I don't have to start again with width. So I'll comment this, uncomment this, everything. So here is what we are good. So now again from here I'll take from, yeah, I think this is good. So here what I'm doing is I'm just calculating all the values, grouping per day some amount, which I'm replacing as a amount. Here again I'm taking visited on. This is what we needed. So query has to be formatted. It's a big query. So so this is what we have so far. All right, so I hope you get it, what I'm trying to say here. This is giving me aggregated data. From this data, I'm calculating the so basically moving average and so cumulative sum based on the because see, this is at a customer level, so you have to aggregate at a day wise. There can be more than one customer. That's all I think. Let's see what let's submit and see what we get. It got accepted. Let's submit. So this was the problem last. Okay, got accepted. I hope no errors. Yeah, that's all, guys. If you, this is the medium problem, also little complex. If you again break down into smaller parts, you will understand. Here, one thing to note is how this function works. So you can read about in my previous examples. There are many ways I explained how these function works. You can also read about over, row number, rank versus dense rank. A lot of things are there. So this is the window part of a window function, over class. And that's all. So I hope you enjoyed. Keep practicing. See you in the next video.